people who follow me on Facebook must have heard me say this several times over, where I kept saying that Lord Lugard actually used marriage to describe the amalgamation of the Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate. And this is written in this book right here. It says, Lord Lugard, he was using his infamous decision of how a marriage between the rich wife of substance, so the southern part of Nigeria, south of Nigeria, which is what they finally carved out politically and started calling South-South, but actually all of us in the south are South people. Both the Southwest and Southeast and what they call South-South, we are all South. What he's saying here is that the rich wife of substance, of substance and means, is the South, and the poor husband, in other words, the North has been programmed to be the husband. A poor wretched North is programmed to be the husband of a richer, more buoyant wife, which is the South. In other words, the woman, which is the South, must forever stay subservient to the poor husband who brings nothing to the table. This was a description of Lord Lugard way back in time. Can you believe that in 2019, this same description of Lord Lugard played out at the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo? You don't believe me, right? I want us to go to the video right now so I can explain to you what happened. So let's go to where the military had performed and performed so well. And their performance was amazing, like I said when I began. There was something that happened. Suddenly they formed a square, like a fence. And all the ethnic groups in Nigeria jumped into that fence, protected by the military or shielded by the military, and they began to perform. And the performance that took place there is marriage. Let us find out who is getting married here, because the video was shot from a distance. I don't know whether it's on purpose. There's no other official video other than this particular video shot with a cell phone, and I don't know why. But now I'm going to tell you what marriage actually took place inside this video. Watch very well. You will notice that the guy is announcing and he says a marriage is taking place. As he announces it, he said the father of the groom, now he said he called it the father of the bride, but it's actually the father of the groom that went to go and give money to the bride, and kola nut, to the bride. So the kola he gave to the bride went to go and give it to her own father. So when the bride gave the kola to the father, I want you to watch what happened. I'm following it right now. I'm going to explain to you as it's happening. The bride gives the kola to the father. Then the father accepts the kola. And then the father of the groom suddenly meets with the father of the bride. You can see the two of them there. They have met, and so they are happy. So he's accepted for his daughter to go to them in marriage. So the father of the groom and the daughter that they want to marry have now come together with the mother of the groom, and suddenly the father of the groom joins the hand of the groom and the bride together, and that means marriage has taken place. But I want you to go back a little bit, because I don't want us to miss anything. Go back. I'm trying to take this back so that you can see when they have joined the two hands together. I want you to watch the person that the woman just got married to. You can see the woman just got married to a Fulani Aboki. This lady you see here is not an Igbo lady. This is a South-South woman, what they call South-South. This is our Niger Delta sister, which is what the colonials regard as the South, the rich South, woman of substance and means. Can you see that for yourself? That's why she is decked in some sort of royal apparel. She is decked as a very rich woman of substance. But look at the man she got married to. It is a Fulani man with his stick and his cap. It's not just Hausa, it's a complete Fulani man. That my southern Niger Delta woman, rich with oil. So it is saying that the oil of the woman belongs to the man who has nothing but stick and cows. Exactly the same way that that Lord Lugard explained it way back in time. As soon as they leave, the Igbo people are brought forward to come and celebrate the marriage. And this is what Igbos are doing in Nigeria today. Where they have gone to do all the game, Igbos come and do the mountain, the noise making, and dance around and do all the colorful celebration. They have nothing, no share. The marriage was between who? Between the South and the Fulani. Not even Niger, not even Middle Belt, not even the other traditional Hausa people. It is the Fulani, and they made it so clear for you to see. Now, as the video is coming to, you can see the other day, you see some other tribes that are behind. As the video is coming to an end, I want you to see where the Yorubas are beating the drums and urging the party to go on. The Yorubas are the ones beating the drums. Igbos are dancing, Yorubas are beating the drums. But the people who really got married are South and Fulani. The next thing that you need to understand that just happened here is, why is it that all the ethnic groups in Nigeria came into a shield and military is the only shield they had protecting them? Can we go back to history again and see whether there's a place we can relate this to? So in this book by A.H.M. Kirk Green, I want to read you something that will shock you that you may never have heard anywhere else before. It says, Sir Frederick has earned the notorious distinction of being the originator of a system of government, the product of his exuberant imagination, entitled the Nigerian system. That system has, in the pregnant words of ex-Judge Stoker, been described as a setback to a condition of things resembling the barbarous ages. A setback, it is a system created by who? By Lord Lugard. And look how he described it. He said, a product of his exuberant imagination. Nigerian system is not in existence anywhere on earth, maybe apart from maybe Sudan, where Lord Lugard also left his footprints. It is not a recognizable system of government. It was created out of the exuberant imagination of a satanic Luciferian, which is Lord Lugard and his wife. Right here, this is it right here. Look at how Judge Stoker described it. He said it can be described as a setback to a condition of things resembling the barbarous ages, those ages of barbarism, resembling back the stone ages, barbarous ages. In other words, even if Nigeria stays another 300 million years, Nigeria will still be living in the past because it is a setback of a condition of things. Here described, this is amalgamation for you. But that's not even where I'm going. The three basic principles necessary for the successful working of the Nigerian system are: number one, ignorance; number two, fear; and number three, military terrorism. That is to say, the perpetuation of the natives in a state of idolized ignorance, the impregnation of their minds with an instinctive dread of the white man, and the reverential awe for the fetish of white prestige, and the paralyzation of their wills by the spectacle of military terrorism hanging over their heads like a sword of Damocles. Okay, so he said, that is to say, the perpetuation of the natives in a state of idolized ignorance. You know, when you are ignorant, then you are proud of being ignorant. That is what is called idolized ignorance. This is what Lord Lugard created. Without this type of ignorance, Lord Lugard's principle says Nigeria will never function unless there is ignorance, fear, and military terrorism. These are the three pillars on which Nigeria has been built according to the amalgamation theory of Lord Lugard. And the next one is say, the impregnation of their minds with an instinctive dread of the white man and the reverential awe for the fetish of white prestige. Is that not what is happening to us? These are the things they said must be in place for the Nigerian system to thrive. And then the next one is said the paralyzation of their wills by the spectacle of military terrorism hanging over their heads like a sword of Damocles. Paralyzation. You see, let me tell you something, my beloved people. The relationship between the Nigerian military and the people is the worst I've ever seen anywhere in my life. And it was not supposed to be so. It is because this is how Lord Lugard intended for it to be. If you come to Nigeria and you think you are in America or somewhere and you go to challenge the Nigerian military, you better make sure that your grave has been dug before you go to challenge a soldier in Nigeria. You cannot dare. There is so much big wide gap between the civilian, the society, and the soldiers, and it's not meant to be so. That's why the society does not care for our soldiers. When our soldiers die, rather than feel pity for them, our people watch them in video and say, yes, good for you, good for you. Their children are suffering in the barracks, some of them, and in the society should be raising money all the time to support these people, to help these people. The society doesn't get. If a soldier gets wounded on the street or is about to die, people will pray for death to take him faster rather than go to help that soldier. In Nigeria, is this supposed to be so? It's not supposed to be so. I have a video here. I don't know which country this happened, but this is somewhere in Southern America, where you see these two young men insulting a soldier. They are not only insulting the soldier, they were throwing stones at the soldier. A Nigerian soldier watching this may not even want to watch it because it is so unheard of. Like they are throwing stones at an armed soldier who has bullets in his guns, and to prove he has bullets, to scare the guys away, the soldier turned on one angle and released one bullet in the opposite direction. The thing did not deter them, and they kept on throwing stones, hitting rocks, even going straight and hitting the soldier, slapping the soldier. And some woman was on the side screaming and calling on them like they're about to be killed, and the soldier never did anything. I've never seen anything like this in my life. But this is how it is supposed to be. Not that soldiers should allow themselves to be attacked by civilians, but this is exactly how it's supposed to be. This same soldier who is doing this, if you find him where he's dealing with the enemy of state, you will be wondering, is this the same person who was so lenient with the civilians? Because the rules of engagement sounds different when he has to deal with civilians and when he has to deal with an enemy of state. But for us in Nigeria, the civilians are treated like the enemy of state. Our soldiers don't even like the fact that this is the situation on ground. But you see, you can blame the soldiers all you want, but let me tell you the truth. These same soldiers you see today, if the system that produced them should change tomorrow, these same soldiers will be the best set of human beings you've ever met in your life. These same soldiers will be the most humane you've ever met. I have too many soldier friends, even the top officials. Our soldiers are dealing with real family issues. When he removes that uniform, he faces his family. Now he thinks about school fees. He thinks about food for the family. He's no longer a soldier at that time. His wife is in front of him. His child is in front of him. At this point, the society should be taking care. That's why I was creating programs to see how we can help our soldiers. But you know, when I call people and say this is what I want to do for soldiers, the next minute they won't take my calls again. Nobody wants to be involved in anything that will help the soldiers in Nigeria because they see the soldiers as the number one enemy of the society, and the soldiers also look at the society when any little thing happens, boom, very high-handed, and so the disparity is wide. It is for a purpose. You know why? Because out of the three pillars that must make Nigerian system, the fraudulent Nigerian system to work, the first pillar is what? Ignorance. The second one is fear. The third one is what? Military terrorism. Terrorism here doesn't mean terrorism as in Boko Haram. Terrorism means like terrorizing, like the way you meet somebody and say this man is terrorizing the woman. That is the type of thing they mean here. Military might. This is what he's talking about. Without the military, the Nigerian system will collapse. Without ignorance, the Nigerian system will collapse. Without fear, do you see how fearful Nigerians can be? It's all part of what Nigerian system was built on, the pillars right here for you. So let's go back to the video. What did you see in the video? All the ethnic groups came together, surrounded by who? Surrounded by a wall, a fence of the military. That is to show you that this ethnic group and this Nigerian of today, the Nigerians in the amalgamated union of today, that the only thing holding them together is what? Military, not constitution, not unionism, not agreement, no, military. And they showed it to you on a world stage for the whole world to see. They showed you the marriage, the amalgamation, how it happened, and they showed you what must keep it together. Military, surrounding people. You know, if you do a drama like that, you're not supposed to be showing marriage between one particular tribe and another minority tribe. No, you're supposed to show a handshake and an embrace to show that the whole people have agreed to come together and live as one. But Yoruba is placed at the back, beating the drum and urging the party to go on. Suddenly after the marriage, Igbo comes forward to come and dance and show everybody that, hey, it was a very beautiful event, wonderful, hey, which is still what each of these people do today in today's Nigeria. And Fulani man came and married oil. That's why you have Ruga. That's why at this time that they are showing you this, the Fulanis by British arrangement are the owners of Nigeria. The Fulanis are the ones that the British have elected to represent them. In another document, I also listed it, how that they said the Fulanis are the final race, the ones who must represent. So when you see a Fulani man, you are seeing the face of the colonial master. That's why the owners of oil and the owners of the land have now returned to take what belongs to them. And they even went as far as Scotland, Edinburgh, to go and show you that these are the owners of the oil. If Fulani married the oil, which is our rich daughter of substance and means, who else do you think owns the oil? That's why 80-something% of the oil well belongs to the house of Fulanis. And then by extension to the British. So you can see when you hear of Ruga and Fulani invasion, the Fulanis know why they are in Nigeria. The Fulanis know the time has come. The person who took them and elected them to own Nigeria and take over Nigeria for them are the British, and they feel that the time has come. That's why of all the military tattoos, it is the one in 2019 that they had to play out the whole amalgamation history and story for you in front of the whole world in broad daylight, and you did not even see it. You see, the system in Nigeria is a problem, but many people always attack the people who are in the system, entangled in the web of the system, rather than attacking the system itself. If you bring a pastor and make him a soldier, he will be worse than the ones that you are accusing and abusing today. If you take Jesus Christ or Muhammad or whatever you worship and make the person the president of Nigeria, as long as the system is there, that person will never be productive. In fact, in 3 months' time, people will raise stones and want to stone the person, because the Nigerian system is something created out of the exuberant imagination of a useless satanic man. So it is not about the soldiers or the president, it's about the system. That's why any man of God or woman of God who is still praying for one Nigeria, you are praying for the sustenance of the evil of colonialism. You are praying to validate slavery. Until this system is crumbled, our people will never know themselves. Now that you know what is here, can you please change your prayer point? Let us begin to work towards destroying the system. And the easiest way to destroy this system, like I've said in most of my videos, is to now bring everybody to a round table. Look at the son of Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Look at Fela's son. I think his name is Sheung or something. The one that sings as well like his father. He said that nobody can handle Nigeria except the British.
How many black people were consulted in the creation of Nigeria?
What did they say?
No, zero.
No.
Zip zero. No black person was consulted in the creation of Nigeria. Nigeria remains an entirely foreign creation. If British people come back to run Nigeria today, Nigeria will work.
Beautiful.
You know why?
Super beautiful.
Because they understand what they have done.
Super beautiful.
No black man understands what is going on here.
You can see the guy said nobody can handle Nigeria, that it is only the British that know what they did in Nigeria, that if the British comes back now, Nigeria will work, because they are the only people who know what they did to Nigeria. And then he asked a question, who was consulted? Was there any Nigerian, let alone even an African? No single African was consulted when Nigeria was created. This is a young man who is a musician asking critical questions. What are you asking, you pastor, you bishop, our daddies and mamas? Why are we not asking these questions? This is why we need to crumble the system. Not because we are radicals, but because we are revolutionaries. We are people who want our people to be free. If we don't break loose from this, is documented. I didn't create any of this. It is documented. Look at it. I've shown you the paper. It is documented here. The three pillars on which Nigerian system was built: fear, ignorance, and military terrorism. And how did Nigerian system come? It came out of the exuberant imagination of Lord Lugard. I just read it for you. What else do you want to know? And they played it for you on the war stage. This is to show you that the die is cast. The time for our freedom and deliverance is now. Anybody listening to me right now, let me tell you, our military may not take action immediately because their loyalty is the number one thing they have to swear to. But look, our military can never be as wicked and as bad as the military of Sudan. The military of Sudan massacred millions of people in Darfur. Our military, as tough as we see them to be, have not gone anywhere close to the wickedness of the Sudanese military. But guess what? When the push came to shove and they saw that the people have already moved, suddenly the military laid down their arms and joined the people. You are the person that the military is waiting for. If we take the necessary step we need to take to regaining our freedom and snatching our destinies and that of our unborn children from the British, the military at some point will most definitely join in and support us, because they are human beings too. They have families. They go through natural things that everybody goes through, and they will never stand by and allow this kind of wickedness to continue. But they are waiting on you and I, and it is time that we need to begin to have a very serious discussion, especially starting from the churches, starting from religious institutions, especially the Christians, so that we can begin now while it is still early, because soon it might be a little bit too late for us to even change anything. May God bless us and give us the grace to wake up and take what belongs to us without any negotiation with the devil.